Alrighty, welcome back. Today we are going to be starting a brand new game called Alchemy Factory. It is an automation style game that is pretty much kind of like Satisfactory, but a little bit more laid back, relax. And we are going to be doing a little playthrough of this before, Resident Evil comes out. So, yeah, let's start it right now. Here we are in the game. It is, kind of like a little chill town game. So first thing we want to do is purchase some logs. And then we are going to want to, buy this little area. And then here, pretty much what we do here is we use tables as kind of like our foundation. We do have a research panel as well, which costs money to research. As we can see right here, there is a lot of stuff to do. So the first thing we're going to want to do is just start pretty much unlocking everything. And I'll be back after it's all unlocked. Alright, so that's pretty much everything unlocked already. So the first thing we are going to want to do is get a table saw. Press R to rotate. We are going to want to set this about like right here-ish. And we are going to put the logs about like right here. And from here, we are going to want to set some stuff. So like hotkey 1. So pretty much what we are going to want to do is drag that to 1, this one to 2. Put this all the way over here at 0. And we are going to want, chest as well. So the first thing we are going to want to do is pretty much just hold to drag, press 2, make sure we do rotate this, press 9, press T to, put it into something else kind of like this, then rotate this but then to there, and we are going to start making wooden gears. So it's just going to break down this log into planks. Planks are going to go into the grinder is going to make large wooden gears. So pretty much now we just have to wait until we get all 10. What we also can do is just color some stuff. So like we can make this red. This just shows you that it makes 10 large wooden gears per minute. This also does 30 planks per minute. And yeah, what we can do is we can also just make a buffer as well. So I'm going to do like X to get rid of these and press F to confirm. Go to here, then to there, then to there. So now we're going to have a buffer for wooden planks. And this is how we do our quest system, which is going to be in here. What we also can do is, after we get enough wood, let me just grab a little bit from here. Just right click to split the stack in half, grab some of these, and put this to wooden gears, and we can sell wooden gears. Right now, that's not what we're trying to do yet. We have the 20 here. Go over here, go over to the main quest, submit, and there we go. Now we have access to flax seeds and limestone. So you're going to want to purchase some limestone. We're going to want to go into the research center and research a stone crusher. And then also a processor once that's done. Maybe a seed plot as well. And we are going to want to also put a couple more tables. Go to here. Again, we are going to need some gears. It shows us down at the bottom what we need. That there. The limestone. And from here we are going to need a, if I remember correctly, we're going to need a research mortars, small wooden gears, and linen thread. And the processor is what we are going to use to get the gears. So again, we're going to want to put that into there, that about like right here, that into there, put that into there. Make sure this is set to mortars. And grab another one of these down to there once we do have enough planks. And there we go. This will start making mortars. It requires 5 stone, or a certain amount of stone to make a mortar. Yeah, 5 stone to make one single mortar, which takes 20 seconds, and then it goes into there. And this is pretty much where we get our iron ore, logs, and limestone. And then this is kind of like the seed shop right here. Ranging from lavender all the way to chamomile for like tea and stuff. We're going to want some flax seeds. And then with said flax seeds, we are going to want to make a seed plot. I'll just place that down there for now. I'm going to want to plant this flax seeds. It does take 6 minutes and 40 seconds to build. Then we are going to want to go over here. Now we're going to want to start doing stuff. Put this to mortars. Put this to small wooden gears. And then, if I remember correctly, this is how we do small wooden gears. what we're going to want to do, place that there. Drop another one of these down to there. What we also can do as well, do this, just so that we can double up on stuff. From here, we're going to want to mortars. We do have to wait for a customer to come through, and our next main quest is linen rope, which for a linen rope, let me just grab some more wood. Let me get rid of all of these. From here, now we do have a customer, so we press E, give them the mortars, and accept payment. And there we go. And from here, we're going to want to place a little bit of a box here, with the flax here. From here, if I remember correctly, it's this linen thread, which requires flax fiber. So first thing we want to do like 3 of these. This pops up at the end of each day as well. We're going to need some more wood as well. We're also out of wood, so if we hop over here, we can buy 3 at a time of each, and each thing can hold 3 there. We set this one to linen rope. Place this back down right here. And we connect it all via conveyor belts. Once I have enough wood, I will get back to you and show you how the process is done. So as we can see right here, we do have it all set up. It takes flax fiber, takes 1 flax and puts it into flax fiber. It takes 3 flax fiber to turn it into linen thread, and it takes 2 linen thread to make linen rope. And pretty much throughout doing all of this stuff, you do want to make sure that you are keeping your shelves stocked. And in here, we do have like our main quest, which will have us advance through the levels. We have our carpenter quest, which will give us money and also give us stuff that we may need future on. And random quest, which is just mainly for extra funds. So pretty much now that we have this flax done, we want to throw this back in here. Right now we do have 21 linen rope out of the 50. We have 19 small wooden gears. We have mortars in here as well. And this is mainly for just stocking shelves. And you can make as many shelves as you want. Later on we're going to get into potion making, which is going to require a different type of shelf. But yeah, this is pretty much this type of game. And then as I said, you can have 3 per, which is good for stocking up items. And we do have our quest tree that's fully done. We just need to get to level 3. And we do also have upgrade levels as well, which consist of faster conveyor belts, throwing efficiencies, factory efficiency, which is good for production speed, which is kind of what we want as fast as possible. We just make everything, process way faster. And again, we do have a massive line here, and we're all out of mortars. Which again, we just come in here and place that down. You could have multiple of these crushers and table saws as well, which is good for just getting everything done. I am going to grab some stone and make 2 more plots. I know I only have 2100 copper, so I won't be able to get a lot of flax seeds out. Actually, we will be able to get enough to fill that up. So I will be back once I do have enough linen rope. And now we have the last linen rope that we need to be able to go to level 3. So now what we are going to want to do is probably upgrade our sales ability. I'm going to go back into research. We're going to need the stone furnace. We're going to need the assembler. Don't really need the trash barrel for now. Catapults and conveyor lifts. Let's get that going for now while we wait. And as you can see, we do have healing potions that we're going to have to do now as well. Healing potions are pretty simple. It just requires seeds from, if I remember correctly, it's that one right here. Sage seeds. Sage seeds are pretty necessary for everything that we need now. And once we do get to a high enough level, we will be able to come into this shop right here and grab an automatic cashier. Pretty much once we have everything done with these levels, I'm going to start off by getting all that. And then again, it just requires healing potions. Healing potions, again, are pretty simple to do. we're going to need a couple more plots. I'm going to just grab some stone, grab 3 sage seeds. We do only have 284 copper left, but this will be pretty easy to mitigate once we do have everything going. Because again, we do have a lot of extra stock here. And what we can do, since we do have catapults unlocked now, is with catapults, we are going to be able to, after I get some stone, and then I think some linen rope and wood. Catapults are good because you can manually or automatically restock everything. I will show you that pretty much coming up right here. Let me just expand these tables out. Let me just grab all this wood. Just do these 2 tables for now. And catapult, as you can see right here, does require a good enough spot to be able to set the target at. So again, we can't place it here, but we can place it right here. So place one there, then we're going to place another catapult right next to it once we do have enough wood. Stand right there, put that into that one. Then from here, we're going to set this one to small wooden gears, and then we're going to set this one to mortars. So from here, we're going to need to place it right there, which means we do need more wood. We're going to need a lot of wood for what we're going to want to do here. So from here, once all of these get over here, you'll set this one to small wooden gears and set this one to mortars. Then the mortars need to come all the way over here into this one, which again just requires a lot of wooden planks, which we just need one more plank. Then as we can see, it is slowly filling everything up. And eventually we will have a backlog of stuff. As we can see, once she gets over here, we will have more copper coin. We have all these flax seeds down here, and we do have enough for a large storage box, which is also good. But that requires, again, small wooden gears and also some wooden planks. So what we're going to do, rid of all that into there, and put all the flax seeds in there. And there we go. I'm leaving a 1 block gap around everything, just so that we can use conveyor lifters as well. And I will be right back once I do have enough time, and well, after this is all done, and once I have enough money to start on making healing potions. Alrighty, so once we have enough sage, we're going to want to set those into the grinder. We're going to want to take some flax fiber as well. And from here, we are going to be getting sage powder and flax fiber. We're going to want to put that into a couple of, once I get the necessary resources I need, a grinder, an automated grinder, technically. I'm going to put those onto there, put that into there. Reset this to healing potions. And then from here, we're going to have enough to make healing potions, which take 15 a minute. So every 6 seconds we'll make one. But I think from here, what we're going to want to do is do this real quick. We're going to want multiple, probably just about like 2. Put that into there. Set these both to healing potions. And then from there, that one into there. Put that into there. That one to there, set that one to there. Grab some wooden boxes. Alrighty. I am now trying to figure out how to do this. Probably do this, this. Yeah, that works fine. And what we also can do from here is grab this, disconnect those, put that into that one, put that into there, put that into there, put that into there. This is the least efficient way to do this, obviously, but I don't really care right now. Put that into there, connect those like that, and we should be making healing potions after a little while. I think the way to make this a little bit more efficient as well is cutting that off, getting rid of these, getting another one of these 2 going into these ones, and these 2 going into that one. Obviously, I need more flax. I think from here what we can do, put those ones in there, put that in there. As I'll put these into here as well. And deal with the customers I may or may not have. I do have customers. send them all on their way and get more flax and sage seeds. Those into there. Do have 16 potions right now. Just finished researching all these. And then from here, what we are also going to do is grab a potion shelf. Just put that about like right there for now. Yeah, I can make it up. Cool. Set those to potions. And then I need more linen and rope. Let's grab a couple. And then I think from here what we're going to do, grab 4. I guess I can only do 2 probably. Let me delete that real quick. Put this right here. See if this may work. Yep. I'll put those 2 like that. Grab another 2 catapults. Place those right there. That can hit that shelf, and that can hit that shelf. Cool. Place that there. Place that one there. Place that one there. Place that one there. They're all going the wrong way. Let me see if I can do this properly. There we go. I have all 4 of these targets all set up now. These are all going to be set for potions. I do have to go all the way around here now. Let me just get everyone's stuff going. There we go. Jump out the window. We are now out of sage. Or not sage, we're out of flax. So, I think what we're going to do is just get into bed. Just so that they can all work now. So what we're going to do, put all the flax in there, sage in there, and from there, we should be all ready and set to go. Hopefully. We do have a backlog of mortars now, which is good. I think from here what we're going to do, we are just going to get rid of that. All that stone back into there. And we do need wood, which we are going to need a lot of wood. Let's grab the full 6, fill that all up. And from there, we should be making potions. We are at 25 now. Just keep on shift clicking into here, just so that we have enough. I'm gonna go deal with these customers real quick, or customer. There we go, cool. Again, just try and get all of the sage that we have in here, in our inventory, into these. Since we do pretty much have like a backlog here, we are just gonna do kind of like this little tiny thing. Eventually, we will have like a flax thing just for potions and sage for each potion. But as of for right now, I think so far we are pretty set and ready to go. We are going to want to get more flax and sage seeds, just so that we are going to end up having a backlog. Eventually we will have ways to auto buy stuff and auto plant stuff, to where we don't have to just keep on buying seeds. Going out of our way to buy seeds, you know. Eventually, though. We do have the 50 healing potions for right now. And we do need 100. We will be getting into iron smelting stuff at this point pretty, like, very soon here. I do need stone. But our mortars are looking okay for now. Pretty much all we're waiting on is just 50 more healing potions. So once I do have that, I will be right back. I guess for right now, I could show you guys how much we can expand. So from here, we can expand into this area for 10,000. We can also expand into this area for 15,000. We'll also have this one that we could buy for 8,000, and then we have this building right here that we could buy for 6,000. So that's just this whole entire little area. We do have all of this as well, these 3 buildings. We do also have these buildings as well, and plots of land that we could buy. We can buy a lot of land up there as well. There is a lot that we can do in this pretty unnoticed game that is really fun. I played the demo a while ago when it came out, and I had so much fun before the full game came out. And I've had this game in my inventory for a little while that I just haven't, you know, started a series on. But right now, since I haven't been uploading, I'm very sorry about that. We are going to be doing a little series on this game. I don't know how long each episode is going to be though, so again, sorry about that. But anyways, after we do have these potions, we will be all ready and set to go on to number 4, which will have automated checkout and everything. And I'll be right back once I do have that done. Ready, now we have the 100 potions, so what we are going to do is throw this into here, grab that, and make sure I check everyone out first real quick. And there we go. Pretty much from here now, what we're going to want to do is pretty much bring those ones in here, combine these ones, wire these all go in a different way. So from here, this one's going to go into here. And we are going to want another one right here. One's going to split off this way. One's going to split off this way. It's going to lead into that. It's going to lead into this. It's going to lead into that one. It's going to lead into that one. And then this is going to lead into that. So now we will have potions being stocked up eventually. And potions do go for quite a bit of money as well. Potions do go for 85 per, and people like to spend a lot more than just, or buy more than just one potion, as we see with the mortars and linen rope. So next we are going to need vitality potions, but I think right now what we are going to do is, as you can see, we got our first person buy potions. And how many is he going to buy right now? He's going to buy 4. It's an easy $360. Right now, we're gonna, go back up on sage and flax. I think right now we do need flax. We just buy everything right now. So we are gonna put the flax seeds where the flax goes. Just plant all the flax. We're gonna need as much flax as possible. I'm gonna help these people with checkout, because we do need, if I remember correctly, 3,000 or 4,000 or 6,000 copper in order to be able to do that. But we do have 15 silver coins, which does get converted into copper anyways. Each silver coin is 1,000. So what we can do is buy an automatic checkout. Gonna want to press 5. I'm gonna place this here. People are gonna be able to automatically check out. And from here, we're gonna want to just put this here. Grab a conveyor lift. After we get some linen rope, we just need 2. Grab the 2. Over here. This here. Or no. I gotta remember how to do this. If I remember correctly, it's this into that, which means we just need more linen rope, which is so much fun. Linen rope is pretty much one of those things that we're gonna need a lot of when we're doing a lot of stuff. So now we should be all ready and set to go. Put that into there. Grab one conveyor belt, put that there, and smack that into there. That'd bring all of our copper coins that we do make from everything here, and it will go and get fed into the large storage box. Just 50 at a time. And pretty much all of this is all automated now. We don't have to come in here anymore, as we can see. And yeah, that is pretty much done with that. I think what we're going to do is make more plots. We're going to need some stone, just for now. Put our flax in there, more sage. So we do have a 3x3 of flax. We don't really need a 3x3 of sage yet because we have a lot of sage. But what I think we are going to do is just rest, just so that we can make sure that all of this is being able to be harvested. So from here, what we could do, we could just put all our sage back in there and put all the flax in there. Now, as you see, we do have 200 left over. And yeah, now we're going to be getting into making iron, but with that, we are going to have to expand. So we're going to unlock this for now. And then we're going to delete pretty much all of what I just made. Kind of pretty dumb of me to do. But yeah, we are going to need a lot of tables and a lot of wood. So let me just do all this and I will be back once I do have this done. Alrighty, now that we have everything done, I decided to make these 4x4s, so we have a 4x4 of flax and a 4x4 of sage. We did extend the tables out a little bit more. So pretty much what we're going to want to do is produce iron. So to produce iron, we're going to need a stone furnace. So stone furnaces are pretty weird. It needs fuel, obviously. And the fuel that we can make right now that we have is 1 planks. We will eventually get into the point where we can start making charcoal. But charcoal, again, requires you to be able to smelt stuff. I think as of right now, we are going to need a crucible. And from there, we are going to need clay. But as of right now, we can't really afford that yet. So we're going to need a couple heaters. And then on top of the heaters, we're going to need 1 iron smelter. And crucibles, they're pretty simple. They need to go on heaters. And they only require a 1x3 little plot. Or 1x2 technically. So here, we put the iron ore in here. Since it's not making anything right now, we can't really get anything from it. But we are going to need an inclined conveyor belt as well. This will help it to where we can reach this. So iron, like right here. Okay. And this is why we have this 1x1 plot right here, or this 1 wide gap. The 1 wide gap is going to be used for once we actually, get rid of all this. We are going to need a lot of linen rope, though, so we are going to snag some linen rope from here. What we can do, technically, is just set this to that, and then set it back to linen rope, just so that we have enough. And from here, what we're going to be doing is getting another one of these, which requires small gears. Let's grab 100, put that back in there, put this right here. So again, I'm going to put this right here. We grab the conveyor lifter, put this to 7, set this to this, put that there, and put that into there. So what we are going to need to do is, if you bear with me real quick, since we don't have the gears, we are going to delete that, and delete these. We're going to place them back down, just a little bit farther back. We're going to have 1 go off to the right and 1 go into the crafting of gears. We're going to put this back into there. 7. Need this to be completely back. That there. That into there. And we're going to bring this all the way into here. What this is going to do is, once we actually put all of the wood back into here, we're going to put those into there. And if we grab some of these, and put these into here like this, what we're going to be able to do is feed every single smelter. But we are going to get rid of this one while we smelt down this iron into iron ingots. So these planks are just going to make their way on this conveyor belt all the way from over there. Once we do, put more wood in there, it's going to go into the smelter and it's going to start smelting. So wood only does 20 pressure, or 20p per heat. And the iron smelter needs to, well, this whole entire iron ore has 600 seconds, so it can produce 100 every single 600 seconds. So 1 iron ingot per 6 seconds, and each piece of wood only lasts about a second. So it is very inefficient. So what we can do is, if we go into V and we go into charcoal, charcoal can be crafted with a plank to create charcoal, which is very useful right now. So what we can do is go over here, place 3 down right here, put that into there. We are gonna need one of these long boys to put into there, and we are going to grab some of this wood, put into there, and put down to there. Then we are gonna need number 8, put that into there, once it actually gets close enough, slowly but surely. And there we go. Now we're going to start producing charcoal, which means we are going to need number 6 on our heart key. Place that, and that down. Grab box number 9, down to there, and put down to there. And charcoal does 40 pressure, as planks do 20. So we pretty much just doubled our value here. So pretty much what we are going to do is get rid of this and just start cycling this through. But in the meantime, we are also going to get our wood. So we need about 6. What I also can do is just stop making gears. Get rid of this. Put this into here. Down to there. Down to there. This doesn't really mean anything, but this is going to start having a little buffer here, besides, you know, this whole entire long line. And this buffer. Because eventually, they both will fill. And we do have some flax already, which is good. We're going to go back right here. Place all the flax that we can in here. And since, as you can see, we do not have enough room, what we can do is get rid of this. It is going to cause some of it to pop out. What we're going to do, place flax in there, place flax in there. Grab all of that. And notice that we still don't have enough room for all this flax. Which is good. It's good to have an overfill of flax. Very good. But we are going to get rid of all these. That into there, that into there, that into there, that into there. Just so that, you know, it takes 2 per out instead of 1 per out. And then we are going to grab our sage as well. Throw our sage into there. And then this wood is starting to slowly come over. We have some iron. We have charcoal now. So the charcoal is going to come all the way around for now. And into here. Because the charcoal, if I remember correctly, this is 40, so it's pretty much double what planks can be. Eventually we'll get to the point to where that we will be able to make more than just charcoal, but that is way down the line. So what we are also going to be doing is we're going to go back into our shop. We're going to grab all of our copper, and we're going to start researching everything. So I will be back once I do have everything researched that is in tier 4. Alright, so now we do have all the research that we can do right now with all the money that we have. Money is kind of like an issue right now because of, you know, how slow these are. Because for some reason, we're waiting on flax powder. Or not flax powder, sage powder. Which makes sense right now. It does make a little bit of sense. So I think right now what we're going to do is rework this whole entire thing. And by the whole entire thing, I do mean the whole entire thing. So once I do have this all, you know, working and all set up, I will see you guys back. So, yeah, I'll be right back. Alright, now we have all this set up. Pretty much what I decided to do was just do 2 sage boxes and 2 flax boxes. It does kind of look like a mess, but it is pretty simple. Each output of these boxes goes out into 2 different grinders, so there's 8 grinders per, which go into pretty much the same amount of boxes here, which go out into 4 of these. So this one goes into that assembler, this one goes into that assembler. And then this one goes all the way into that assembler, this one goes into that assembler, and then, you know, vice versa. Pretty much I had to use a lot of wooden boxes and conveyor ramps. And then pretty much all 100 iron ingots are now done, so what we are going to do is grab as much of this as possible and start researching again. Researching is going to take a little bit of time, so again, I will be back once I do all have that done, but as we can see right here, the healing potions are pretty much all set up, but we do not have any linen rope. So, with the linen rope, what we are going to do is we are going to connect both these up and make a little setup for linen rope. And then again, we're gonna obviously make another box. Just set that into there. Put that into there. We do not have enough wood, so we're gonna grab some wood. Just some wooden planks. Put that into there. Delete that one. Obviously, we're gonna need a little bit more wood than just what I have right there. So we're just gonna grab some from this. Then again, we're just gonna grab this, put that into here, set this to linen thread, set this one to linen rope, and now we should have enough for all this. But at the same time, what we could do is just... I'm gonna grab some wood real quick. Should be enough. Do this, grab this one, do that, just so that we have two being made, which will make this a lot faster. Hopefully. I do have this at the wrong one. There we go. Put all that in there. Put that into there. The linen rope back into there. And now we should be all set and ready to go. After I do grab... Put that in there. Put that in there. Arrange my inventory. Grab my charcoal. Charcoal's done being made, so what we're gonna do is cut this off so it stops making stuff. And there we go. Now we do have all this all set up. This does have a backlog of that. So what we are gonna be looking into after I clear everything, because it gets kind of annoying. Let me get rid of all that. For some reason, it's not getting rid of everything here. Alrighty. So from here, we're gonna research a little bit more stuff because we are going to need the blender, we are going to need the extractor, we are going to need the soap, and we are going to need the Vitality Potion. The Vitality Potion is what we're going to be doing to get to level 5. And I don't know if we're going to get into that this episode. We may or may not. I have zero idea. But yeah, pretty much we just got to wait 21.5 seconds times 2. Once this one's done, I can just research Vitality Potion and the soap once I have enough coins, which we will. So, Vitality Potion, soap. Then we can just water all the way over here, figure out what we need. We could use 30 healing potions with 16 mortars. So, the mortars, we aren't making any, which means we are probably completely out. Yep. Okay, so that's fun. So we can't really do that quest yet. We can't do this quest either. And we can't do the iron quest either. I think the bandages we could do. Yeah, we technically can. And bandages will also be another good source of stuff. So I think that's what we might just head straight into. Maybe. I am not sure. It just depends on how much we're making off of potions. How much do we have in here? We have 1,000. Okay, yeah. So we're good here. But we are gonna grab some stone. We don't have enough 3, which is completely fine. Plonk that onto there. We do need wood as well. So, obviously, well, technically we don't need wood because we do have a backlog right here of wood, which is completely fine. We do only have 338, which means we are gonna need wood. Scratch what I said. So, from here, doesn't matter how we do that. Just throw them in there. And we have everything researched, which is good. So, pretty much just what we're going to have to do. If I remember correctly, it's going to be V and goods. There we go. To make a Vitality Potion, we are going to need 4 quicklime powder and 80 fruit wine, which means we are going to be needing to do more seeds. And to get quicklime powder, we're going to need quicklime. And to get quicklime, we're going to be smelting stone into quicklime. And then we used a grinder to get the quicklime powder. That's how we get that. But, as we know, we did started talking about how we are going to automate stuff. So, that's where the nursery comes in. The nursery requires 8 iron ingots and 4 clay. To get clay, however, it requires 2 charcoal powder and 4 sand. And to get sand, it just requires stone and a grinder, which, big deal. Pretty simple. So what we're going to do, we are going to grab a little bit of the stone that's being made here. We're going to stop the production of mortars. I'm going to grab the stone out of here, stone out of here, grab some more stone. I'm going to make, just after I get a little bit of wood, which I have over here. Split that in half. This is just going to be just a simple setup for now. So I'm going to throw that into there. I'm going to grab the grinders, put that into there, put that into another box. And this will do 7.5 a minute. It takes 12 seconds to create one stand per, which is completely fine. So again, what we are trying to make right now is a nursery, which means we need 4 pieces of clay. To get 4 pieces of clay, we need 16 sand and 8 charcoal powder. Charcoal powder is made the same way. Just after I get the 16 sand, well, to be fair, we do need a lot more than that. So what we're going to do is just grab some of the charcoal, and we're going to put it into here. And we're going to place it into right here. And charcoal powder is pretty simple. Just every 4 seconds we get a charcoal powder. And then again, to make the clay, we just grab one of these, put that down, set it to clay, grab this, put that into there, grab this, put it into there, and this will make clay. Again, we won't need 4. Just after all of this gets in here, pretty much what we can do, we can just plunk it in there like that. We have 2 right now, we have 3 right now, and now we have 4. There we go. Now we just need a little bit of iron. And now we can create a nursery. A nursery is cool because what we can do is we need fertilizer. Fertilizer can be pretty much a lot of things. We could use sand as well. It's kind of cool. But what this does, it automates the production of resources. It is very cool, very needed, especially in this early game. And yeah, I think right there what we're going to do is make sure we do have this in here. This is where we're going to put our fertilizer. It used to tell you like what used to be good for fertilizers. And that would be somewhere over here. Like we can make basic fertilizer as well. Well, obviously not right now. At least I don't think so. Let me go into our V right here, fertilizer. So plant ash and quicklime powder. Plant ash is just burning sage into plant ash. So what we can do is, we don't have anything, obviously. So what we can do is just go grab some sage. Grab about 4 right now. Just 4. 4 should be fine. You're gonna plant 3. Throw 1 into there. And that's gonna be that. And we are gonna take a quick break from today and just go through here. Grab that. Just so that we have it in our inventory. Grab all that. We're going to get rid of that. Put down to there. Or not. Down to there. Get rid of all these planks. After I delete that. Grab that. Then we are going to pretty much remove all these. And this is where we are going to get our other stuff that we need. So pretty much from here, it's so hard to figure out how I want to do this. I guess from here what we can do is just get rid of all that and then just make some boxes, roll that into there, put that there, and yeah. I think from there we need again is sand. So we're gonna get rid of that conveyor belt. Rid of that. Trash that recipe. Turn it into basic fertilizer. We need quicklime powder. So that's not what we need. To make quicklime powder is, if I remember correctly, smelting stone. So pretty much we're going to have to do this all separately, which is completely fine. Put that into there. Heat all that up. Once it gets into there, we'll get all that. Why is it making charcoal? It should be making plant ash. There we go. Now it's making plant ash. Let's grab all the charcoal once it's in here. Put all the charcoal back into here. Rid of that. Get rid of that. There we go. The charcoal powder back into there. Put that into there. And once we go through all of this, does take 3 seconds per thing, so we'll be creating one a second, technically. Just takes a while for it to come out. Which is kind of my bad on how I did this, so what we're gonna do, put that back into there, put all that into there, that into there, into there, grab that, and just kind of do it like that. Just so that we have a constant flow. All that quick line back into there, or plant ash, and we're pretty much just going to wait for all this to go through. Well, not all of it, technically. Technically, what we could do now is after we have this all done, which we kind of do, I don't think... Yeah, no, because of that. What we could do... No, because of this as well. Well, technically, I think I could just do this, add some wooden boxes, put that into there, move that, move all those, that there, that back into there, put all that in there, that there, there, move this, move all those. I think what we can also do as well, once we do get enough stone, that in there, and then need more linen rope, which I don't have any, which is kind of a problem, but I think it's okay for now. So 0, grab another table, because why the heck not? Grab some more planks, place something right there, another one right there-ish, that there, drag that into there. I got there, put that into that, grab this, put those into there. Now I think both of these should be heating. Yep. So this one is going to be all the plant ash, and this one needs to be stone. So we're going to put all the stone into here, grab button number 6, create one more storage container, that one into there, that into there, need more wood, and yeah, now we should be able to start making everything we need right here, which would mean placing that into there, this one, if it will want to work with me, into there, and we should be able to make basic fertilizer. The basic fertilizer is going to go all the way into here, and that should be all ready to go. No, I don't want the clay yet. I gotta have clay in there. Okay, that's quicklime. I forgot that I need to set this into a grinder. Now it should be quicklime powder. Put the quicklime back into there. Quicklime powder. Yep, there we go. And of course, just 1 and 1. So it's just a 1-to-1 ratio. That's the reason why we have 3 and 3 right here. It's just the quicklime takes 9 seconds, and the plant ash takes 3 seconds. But yeah, now that we have fertilizer going in, if we just drop the fertilizer into there, we'll have 10 seconds of fertilizer, which will create some sage, which is very cool. I think what we can do after we get, 4 more iron is just make another one, put that into there, grab another container, down to there. So this one is sage. Now we need flax. So grab 1 thing of flax seeds and put it into there. For some reason, no fertilizer is coming out and going this way, which is kind of annoying, but it makes somewhat of sense. So we need some wood and some stone. And there we go. Now I have stone being made. Cool, 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 cool. We do have sand right here, which we are going to need in the future to make glass, which is so much fun, as you can tell. But yeah, I think I am going to grab some more of these grinders just so that it goes by a little bit faster, because this takes 9 seconds on top of the 9 seconds that it takes over there. So that's always fun. Then obviously this takes 4 seconds. Again, for some reason, we're not getting any fertilizer into here, which just means just kind of do it like that. Fertilizer into there. Now we have unlimited sage and unlimited flax as long as we have stone and sage. The stone. I have enough stone. We'll always have enough stone. It's just the flax that we're going to be pretty low on constantly. Or sage, technically. So we're going to throw more of the sage into there. I guess what we could do, see how much money we have in here. We probably, yeah, we have a lot. We have 10,000, so buy as much sage as we can. 16, sure. And 16 flax. Well, I bought 17, so it doesn't really matter. And we're going to fill up this plot right before the night ends. That's not what I wanted there. It has to be sage. We want this whole entire plot to be sage. We want this whole entire plot to be flax. And cool. That just is reliant on these crucibles actually, being faster, which is kind of impossible. It's going as fast as I can right now. Obviously, I did as much as I could here to make the fuel efficient. Full efficiency isn't anything that's, anything that I can do here. But, yeah, chat, I think this is where I am going to end this episode here. In the next episode, we will probably get to level 6, or level 5, technically. No, yeah, level 6. Because we're still on level 4. And, yeah. After I sleep all this off, grab all my money right there, make my way over here, harvest all the sage that I can, put all that sage into there, put all that sage into there, because we are going to need a lot of potions still. And then grab all of this flax, plant that flax just in case. There we go. For some reason the people in this town don't steal anything, which is cool. Very trustworthy town. Somehow. And, yeah. Now we'll have potions being made, even though we have, like, a lot of potions being made right here. And, yeah. This is why I'm going to end this episode, guys. Hope you guys did enjoy, and I will see you guys in the next one. Peace.